I used to think the woods had only two kinds of predators, the ones you could shoot, and the ones you could outrun. I was wrong. Because after checking the photos from my trail camera, I discovered something that had been watching me the entire time. Something that smiled every time the flash went off. Every November, my friends and I spent one weekend hunting deep in the Allegheny National Forest. This year, nobody could come. Ryan had a newborn. Cole broke his ankle. Matt simply said, "I've got a bad feeling about this season." I laughed at him. I've hunted those woods for almost 15 years. I knew every creek, every deer trail, every abandoned logging road. Or at least, I thought I did. The first day was perfect. Cold air. Fresh snow. Not a single footprint except my own. Around sunset, I hiked nearly 6 miles from the nearest service road and found a narrow game trail winding between towering pines. Perfect place for my trail camera. I strapped it around an old oak overlooking the path. Motion activated. Infrared. Time and date stamped. Then I walked back to camp. Nothing unusual happened. Or so I believed. The next morning I woke before dawn. Something had circled my tent. Not deer. Not bear. The footprints looked almost human. Except they were too long. Too narrow. And every step was spaced nearly 8 feet apart. Impossible. I followed them for maybe 50 yards. Then they simply ended. No turnaround. No drag marks. Nothing. As though whatever made them had stepped into the air. I convinced myself it was melting snow. Optical illusion. By noon I had forgotten about them. Until I reached the trail camera. The memory card was gone. Someone had opened the camera. I checked the latch. No damage. No scratches. Just empty. I muttered a curse, inserted my spare SD card, and reset the camera. This time I locked it with a steel cable. Nobody was stealing it again. That night something screamed. I've heard foxes. Coyotes. Mountain lions. Owls. This wasn't any of them. It sounded almost human. But stretched. As if someone's voice had been slowed down. The scream echoed across the valley. Then silence. 5 minutes later. Crunch. 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 Footsteps. Circling camp. Always outside the firelight. Never entering it. I grabbed my rifle. Who's there? No answer. Only another slow step. Crunch. Crunch. Then. Laughter. Soft. Childlike. Coming from behind my tent. I swung around. Nothing. The footsteps stopped. Morning couldn't come fast enough. I packed camp before sunrise and marched straight to the trail camera. The SD card was still inside. Good. At least something had worked. Back home I poured coffee, inserted the card into my laptop, and opened the folder. Photo 001. Empty trail. Photo 002. A doe. Photo 003. 3 raccoons. Normal. Photo 017. Something tall stood behind a pine tree. Almost hidden. I zoomed in. It looked human. Far too thin. No facial features. Just pale skin. Photo 018. Gone. Photo 021. It stood closer. Watching the camera. Photo 022. Closer again. Photo 023. Its head tilted sideways. Photo 024. It smiled. Not with lips. With too many teeth. I slammed the laptop shut. After a few minutes I opened it again. Maybe I imagined it. I hadn't. The smile was still there. Chapter 5, every 30 minutes. I checked the timestamps. 12 a.m. 12:30 a.m. 1 a.m. 1:30 a.m. Every 30 minutes. Each picture showed the thing standing closer. It never walked. There were no images between positions. Just closer. Almost as if it only existed when photographed. The final picture nearly made me throw up. The creature filled the frame. Its face pressed against the camera. Its eyes reflected white. Its mouth stretched impossibly wide. And one bony finger pointed directly behind the camera. I enlarged the image. Hidden in the darkness. Behind the tree. Stood someone else. Me. Sleeping in my tent. The timestamp was 3 a.m. The camera was almost a mile away. That was impossible. I had never left camp. Logic demanded an explanation. Fake image. Corrupted files. Someone pranking me. So I drove back the following weekend. Against every instinct. The trail camera still hung from the tree. The lock remained intact. Yet the memory card inside wasn't mine. Mine had blue tape. This one didn't. Someone had replaced it. Hands shaking, I checked the files. Only one photo. Taken that morning. Not last week. That morning. It showed me kneeling beside the camera. Reading the screen. Exactly what I was doing. The photo had been taken. Before I inserted the card. I turned. An old hunter stood 50 yards away. Orange vest. Rusted rifle. Gray beard. No cameras, he shouted. What? It sees through cameras. I stared at him. He walked closer. Only then did I notice. He had no eyes. Only smooth skin where they should have been. You looked, he whispered. It knows your face now. What are you talking about? It never hurts people immediately. It lets them collect pictures. So they come back. I backed away. He smiled sadly. I came back too. Then he turned and disappeared into the trees. Without making a single sound. I ran. I didn't stop until I reached my truck. That night curiosity defeated common sense. I opened the second memory card again. The single photograph was gone. Now there were two. The new image had today's timestamp. It showed my house. Taken from outside. Through my living room window. I was sitting at my desk. Looking at the photo. The angle wasn't possible. My curtains had been closed. I checked every window. Locked. Every door. Locked. Nothing outside. Then my computer made a soft notification sound. A third image appeared. No timestamp. No camera information. Just a picture. Of me. Standing behind my own chair. Reading the screen. Except. I live alone. Ending. I destroyed both trail cameras. Burned the memory cards. Deleted every backup. Or so I thought. Yesterday, my phone created a folder I've never seen before. Trailcam_autosync. Inside were hundreds of new photographs. None were taken in the forest. They're all inside my house. Bedroom. Kitchen. Hallway. Bathroom. Every room. Every night. Every angle. In every single picture. I'm asleep. Except the last one. In the last photograph. I'm staring directly into the camera. Smiling with far too many teeth. And I don't remember waking up.